Now before we begin the video, I just want to remind everyone that as the title suggests, this is going to be a spoiler-free review. So most of the footage that we're seeing here has been used inside the trailers themselves, with a few exceptions using footage from my own playthrough to help illustrate and showcase my reaction to the scenarios and situations. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Enjoy. Slow down, sir, please. To fans' delight everywhere, the critically acclaimed Little Nightmares has finally gotten its sequel, just shy of 4 years later. Published by Bandai Namco and developed by Tarsier Studios, Tarsier being based in Sweden, and hopefully I'm saying that properly, I apologize if I'm not. Little Nightmares 2 is a puzzle platformer horror adventure game with a very unique, beautifully terrifying look to it. At first glance, it may give the deceiving impression that it is a kid's horror game, due to its art style, but you'll very soon realize that this is not the case. I myself, as an adult, hardly had an easygoing time. Oh man. Of course, horror games have never been my strong suit, as I'm sure many of you guys can relate. Right guys? you know? Okay. But lately it's been really growing on me, and if you already know of Little Nightmares 1, then you'll likely agree it's a great place to begin if you're looking to spice up your gaming genre catalog. Sometimes sequel can end up undermining or overshadowing their sibling, but this game only complements and recaptures the terrifying allure that the first one had. With eerie music, beautiful sound design, incredibly creepy monster designs, lovable main protagonists, all in a world of sheer terror and madness. Filled with obstacles and menaces to deter your desperate attempts to escape, combining itself into a very immersive experience. That being said, let's talk a bit about what Little Nightmares 2 is all about. Being the aforementioned puzzle platformer horror adventure game that it is, we start the game by familiarizing ourselves with the controls. I would like to note that I did play on PC, but as I started the game, it did suggest that I play the game with a controller. The controls and button layout themselves are not overly complicated whatsoever. Even with low requirement to recall all the buttons, you may indeed forget what to do in a panic and just freeze up, which may come to your benefit or to your detriment. Go, 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 go! Oh, forgot to submerge! As you come to understand and practice these controls, you will be traveling through a dark, dreary, inhospitable world that does not want you there, with a few exceptions. Filled with creative traps, puzzle solving, physical and sometimes mental obstacles, trying to stop you by any means necessary. Fairly early into the adventure, you come across a companion, who shares in your desire of survival and to leave this horrid place. And so, you team up. The two quickly develop a strong bond where they are constantly helping each other. If you need a boost, they'll be there to help out. In some cases, if you're stuck, your teammate will even try and give you some clues, which sometimes makes it all the more humiliating when I can't figure it out, and it turns out to be the simplest thing. What? What do you want me to do? Hey. That's enough of that. You tell me what you want right now. Give me your hand. But of course, it is a welcome helping hand. During their hardships and endeavors, you can't help but build an affinity to them, as they suffer twists and turns through a non-stop, realized children's nightmare. You really do want them to make it. Dodging and evading your way through certain death scenarios, you quickly develop and adapt to this cruel world by constantly having your wits be tested with quick reflex decision making. Even when you know that you've successfully evaded a monster, there is still that near constant feel of tension, insecurity, just anxiety. You're almost scared just to breathe a sigh of relief. Because of the nature of the game, you find yourself constantly second-guessing decisions and having to adapt quickly if it is the wrong one. Throughout the different areas, simple tasks can quickly become obstacles. Having your expectations messed with, running, hiding, freezing, whatever it is you feel is the right thing to do at the time, it's the perfect storm for your brain to enter desperate survival mode. The pacing of the game feels very well balanced in each level. No puzzle or mechanic feels overused or too difficult. Even if you get stuck, you're still having fun. If anything, it's a welcome break from my heart. The level design is terrifyingly captivating, with beautiful attention to detail, really allowing your mind to wonder what happened to this gloomy city. Why are things happening the way they are? Why are we in this strange place? Why are monsters chasing us? Everybody just got butt naked. Why did these people get butt naked? All very important questions to be asking. It would also be a great disservice to the game not to mention the incredibly immersive sound design and the buildup of the music itself. There isn't much I can say, unfortunately, that doesn't take away from it. So let's just take a moment and listen. Freaking love this headset. Oh, snap. Whoa! Needless to say, Little Nightmares 2 does many things very well. There is no doubt that music is definitely one of them. You can tell there was a lot of thought and care put into the presentation and build-up to make the experience as immersive as possible, and boy did they succeed. So I've talked quite a bit about the things that I like about the game, so much so that you could say I'm praising the game. What can I say? I really enjoy Little Nightmares 2. There's a reason I'm doing this review. But it wouldn't be a complete review if I failed to mention the things that I did not like. It isn't so much a list of things I did not like, per se, so much as some oddities here and there, which only consisted of some audio cues not syncing, although I only noticed this during the editing process, as well as it seemed like the AI, your teammate, gets stuck a couple times. I'm not sure if this is deliberate, but on 2 occasions got stuck in a room, died and respawned,
Whereas my teammate was not there prior, they're suddenly there. And in one of those cases, they actually weren't supposed to be in that area yet. They were supposed to be locked. I'm sure after the game sees me struggle for about 20 minutes trying to figure out how to figure this mechanism, I guess they start to feel kind of bad. Aside from that, the game is fantastic. Coming in at about 5 to 6 hours playtime, Little Nightmares 2 is short and sweet. In an effort to not spoil anything, I'll just say the ending, well, it could be a mind blow, or it couldn't be. You'll have to find out on your own playthrough. But what I can say is despite all the terrors of this twisted world, it leaves you wanting more. And when you do decide you want more, and you replay the game, you will be replaying the game, noticing things you did not initially notice in your initial playthrough. For replayability, there is the option to try and find all the hats and the glitching remains, had you not been able to find them initially. Oh, what was that? What was that all about? Oh, Admiral Captain Commodore. His proper rank. He prefers to be addressed this way. For achievers and trophy hunters, there's even a secret ending, and for the player that really just can't get enough of Little Nightmares 2, there's downloadable content, which I have not personally played yet, but I very much look forward to doing so. Because of how short it is, it's also a very fun game to play with company. Getting their reactions can be quite hilarious at times. A good thing to know if you haven't bought the first Little Nightmares is that you can play Little Nightmares 2 on its own, though it is recommended to play the first one. And so if I had to summarize Little Nightmares 2 with a rating, it would easily deserve a 9 to 9.5, a must-have game. If you're still very skeptical, there is also a demo that you can try at any point in time to see if the experience is right for you. It's really an exhilarating time. And after everything that I've said, I cannot wait to have more Little Nightmares in my life. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you consider joining this mad world and experiencing it for yourself, because believe me, you will not regret it. Thank you for watching. I wanted to show as much trailer footage to somewhat retain the elements of a spoiler-free review, as Little Nightmares 2 is truly a fantastic experience, and the less you know going in, the better it is. For those who are interested, I compiled an hour-long reaction of my own playthrough and their own highlights, which I had streamed on Twitch at the time. I went out of my way to not watch any trailers, so all of my reactions are very genuine, good or bad. So if you're interested in watching those, I'll leave a link in the description below. And while you're down there, consider giving the video a like and subscribe for more. That's it from me though. Thank you again. Have an excellent day. Cheers.